This is an educational message from the OpenID Foundation. We want to tell you why passwords are even worse than you think they are. Now, we all find passwords annoying, and we've heard some of the suggestion that we should use different passwords on different websites, which is pretty hard to do with all the websites we log into these days. But let's talk about what the hackers have figured out. What the hackers have realized is that most of us do in fact log into many different websites with the same email address and same password. Now, they no longer go and try to attack the websites with really good security, like email providers or social networks or gaming sites. Instead, they go after popular websites, but ones that don't have a huge security team, like Gawker or Sony PlayStation, Zappos, and many others. They break into those websites and they can track down your passwords there. And most of the time, even if they are hash passwords, they can decrypt them and get access to the raw ones. And once they do that, they're in pretty good shape. They have an email address and password from those low security websites that you're currently reusing on other websites. And for example, 3 of the websites they really like to target are your email account, your online gaming account, and your social network account. Now, for the gaming accounts, frequently they just want to take any, say, virtual gold, and if you have that, and transfer it. But with the email and social network accounts, it's a little bit trickier. There, one of the common techniques they do is they change your password and lock you out of your account. Then they make a copy of your address book of all the people you've ever sent to email to, and then they delete your address book. We'll talk about why in a moment. Now they go and send email from you to all the people you've contacted in the past and say, "Oh no, I'm stuck in the hotel here somewhere, I've run out of money, please, we haven't talked in a while, but could you wire me money?" And very high percentage of the time, at least one or more of your contacts will be a good Samaritan and will wire the hacker money, not realizing that it is in fact the hacker. And so now that hacker is walked off with a lot of money. In fact, enough money that they can go back and invest it in breaking it into a lot more accounts and using them to trick people into sending more money, etc. Now, even if your email provider or social network notices this happening, notices your account hijacked, if they do help you recover your account, well, there's a good chance the hacker went and deleted the information from it, like your email, address book, etc. So your account may not be in the state that you want when you get it back. So that's how bad passwords have gotten. And as we discussed earlier, some websites will say, please try to use different passwords on every site, and we do realize it's unrealistic. So now the advice is, well, at least a different password on important sites. But what's an important site, and do all the important sites have the same level of security? Unfortunately, they don't. And hey, at the end of the day, users are just fed up with passwords. And in fact, most of the websites who are asking for them, they don't like them either. Causes a lot of friction for sign up and sign in. If they get hacked, it makes them look bad in the press, etc. Fortunately, though, things are improving, and there is a different approach. Now, in this other approach, there's a concept of what we call an identity provider. And this is a company who specializes in having quote-unquote bank-level security. And so you as a user could go to another website that doesn't have as high-end security, and when you want to log in there, you're actually redirected to your identity provider. And your identity provider asks you to log in, traditionally with an email address and password. But frequently, what you may have noticed is a lot of these high-end security sites like banks, social networks, email providers are starting to ask for your phone number. And the reason they do that is that if you log in from a new computer, or try to, they not only ask you for your email address and password, but they also send a one-time code to your cell phone that they ask you to enter. So imagine that a hacker does somehow trick you, for example, through phishing, and gets your password. Well, great. Then the hacker will go to his password, he'll go to your account, type your email address and password, and it will succeed. But then the high security website will say, well, we've now sent a one-time code to your phone, please enter it. Now the hacker's in trouble because he doesn't have access to your phone. That's a lot harder to get. So he's been blocked from getting that account. So now if other websites, like these, lower security websites, gaming websites, etc., if the only way they accept logins is from these high security identity providers, then you've protected not just your account at the high security website, but all of your accounts at these other websites that need you to log in. And there's even an opportunity to build on this model to make the web richer and more interactive. Imagine, for example, that you use different websites, but you have a common list of friends or contacts. So it may be that when you go to a gaming website, you want to bring along your friends list so you can invite your friends to join the game there. And we're able to use the same type of identity provider technology to enable the gaming site to access not just your account to log you in, but also with your permission to access your, say, friends list on the other site. Now, this is a great model to shoot for. Unfortunately, as an industry working towards this, we found that this type of change is hard. Websites are scared of changing their login systems, and while many have experimented with using this concept of identity providers, the user experiences are hacky and have lots of known problems. Fortunately, though, things are improving. There are many different possible user experiences for using an identity provider, but one of the simplest that you will start to see is with websites that have a sign-in button that has this little keyhole icon next to it. When you click one of those, what you'll actually find is not a request to sign in or register, but instead you'll see a list of the accounts you most frequently use on that device, whether it's a PC or phone. And if you happen to share that web browser, with, say, a husband or wife, I suppose using different computers, then you might even see accounts for them listed, or maybe you'll see your work account listed if you also have a corporate email address. Whatever it is, you just simply click the account that you want to use on the site, and in the common case, that's it. You're done. You're signed in. Nothing more to do. So that is a very simple experience. It's starting to be deployed, referred to as the account chooser. Now, if you want to learn more about this, especially if you're a website operator, you notice on the bottom of each of these pages where you're asked to pick your account, there's a link to learn more about this. And that will take you to a site run by the OpenID Foundation called accountchooser.com, where you can learn more about how to use an account chooser, some of the advanced features of it. And one of the target audiences, though, for the site is the website owners. We hope that they will get interested in this, click that link, and they will in turn be brought to the OpenID Foundation website, which is being overhauled to make it easier for different audiences to find what they're looking for. So traditionally, most of the people who came here were techies, and so if they click the techie picture, they would see options to learn about some of the security protocols and user experiences that are used. But, as we said, the main audience now is website operators, the businesses trying to interact with consumers who want to improve their websites. If they click the option for B2C, they will immediately see a list of some of the common tools that they can purchase, though some are available for free, to become a relying party and integrate some of this account user and other user experience technology. So hopefully with just these few clicks, these website operators will learn about the opportunities for them. So that's the goal. Let's get out there and kill some passwords. If you don't run a website and want to get rid of some of yours, then ask some of the websites you work with. Why are they still asking for passwords, assuming they don't have a huge security team? Do they want to end up being the next company to leak lots of passwords and end up on the front page of the newspapers? Or if you do run a website, then visit the OpenID Foundation website and accountchooser.com to learn how you can deploy this type of user experience and add support for identity providers so you can improve the user experience in the site, make sign in and sign up easier, make your accounts more secure, help your users be more secure, and avoid ending up on the front page of New York Times and having to incur a huge amount of cost to recover from that. Thank you for your time.